Singing games, they have recently exploded in popularity, bringing in thousands of players. And this is my base plate, with none. My goal is to make a singing game myself, launch a ton of ads, and hopefully earn millions of Robux. But apart from that, let this challenge begin. Alright, here we go. First of all, I need to come up with an idea. I scrolled through the front page and came across Dead Rails. Here's my plan. Remake the characters and make them sing. Since Dead Rails is a game with billions of visits, this should make my game popular as well. I hopped on Studio, took a look at my base plate and got to work. I started by making a plot with multiple paths. They'll be used to expand the plot. For that I need a tool, so I modeled the pickaxe. I don't know why, I had the animator open. To make the pickaxe work, I wrote a script that's going to allow you to destroy the pads. I'm sort of done with the expanding system, well, only the visuals. You can hover over a part and it will tell you how much it'll cost to expand your plot. There's also this nice highlight that shows which part you're selecting. This shouldn't have any bugs. I need some kind of currency, so I asked AI to generate me a money icon. Yo, this vector isn't that bad. It actually looks high quality. I think I can work with this. It looks clean, but something unexpected happened. Wait, no, I forgot to save it. I have to start all over again. I got so excited about the icon that I forgot to save my game. Well, I guess it's time to do this all over again. Maybe the accident was the blessing in disguise, because I made the system way better. Now if you try to expand your plot and you don't have enough money, it shows this notification. But if you have enough money, you should be able to upgrade. There might be some bugs. Yeah, I forgot to add this one word. Now you can expand your plot, and it also saves when you rejoin. I need something to place on the plot. I thought about eggs, and players will be able to get characters by hatching them. I created the big conveyor, hopped on a 3D modeling software called Blender, and made my first egg. It uses the classic stud style, and honestly, I like how it looks. Damn, that thing is big. I scripted the function that's going to get a random egg and make it spawn every second. Then I created the billboard GUI. It'll display the price, name and mutation. I forgot to mention that there are going to be some juicy mutations. Okay, the eggs are spawning and I'm doing this on the server side, which hopefully won't cause any performance issues. They're spawning right here and going all the way to the end of this tunnel. Currently it's only the basic egg, but I'm planning to add way more. Then I found about this. Great. Luckily I only had to turn off collisions. I wrote a function that's going to set up and allow you to buy the egg. This is where I got serious about this game and created a group. I made sure that every item is saved to the data store and loaded in properly. Then I tried to script the placement system, and yeah, it didn't go as planned. There's supposed to be an indicator that shows its radius, but it's way too small. I don't know why it's not at the bottom. Also, you can't really place the egg and it's just really buggy. I did some grinding off camera and came back to realize that you can place eggs on other plots. Well, time to rescript the system for the third time. Now it's looking a lot better. It has these nice buttons that act as a tutorial. It tells the player that you can rotate the egg with R and place it with your left click. Now I also fixed the bug where you could place it off the plot and in other players' plots. This system also fully supports mobile and console. I shouldn't have said that, there was a game-breaking bug later on. Anyways, I created the billboard GUI that displays the hatching progress of the egg. It will also hatch offline. This has become a huge trend in Roblox. And just like that, I'm done with the egg hatching system. Now when you place down an egg, there's this timer that shows when it will be ready. I swear, now almost every single game uses offline progression. It has become a big trend. The current plot looks trash, so it's time for an upgrade. I elevated it by placing some blocks and created various types of assets. Then using the good old brush tool, I added them on the plot. It looks messy right now, but trust the process. I added bridges and expanded the conveyor. It's already looking a lot better. I'm pretty much done with the entire map. Well, I haven't added any decorations, but you get the idea. This is just to show the layout. Also, now these eggs are zooming by like Lightning McQueen. There's also going to be a cellar where you'll be able to sell your items, but I don't have the actual NPC. Little did I knew, I never added any more assets. However, I hopped on Blender and created a few more eggs, and I textured them using Substance Painter. Alright, it's really late and I'm finally done setting up these eggs. Well, except for this one. I don't know what happened to the texture. Anyways, whatever it is, I will fix it tomorrow. It looks pretty cool. I will leave it like this. Anyways, I configured these eggs and scripted the function that guarantees the legendary and mythical egg every 15 and 30 minutes. So when this timer reaches 0, it should spawn the legendary and mythical egg, and there they are. Let's go. Remember the mutations? Well, now I'm adding them. For each one of them, I added particles, and some of them look crazy. Now eggs have cool mutations. Here is the Windstruck one, and this one is the rarest, which is the Cursed. There's also the golden one, and I think that's it. There might be a few more. It's finally time to add the characters. I made some characters that resemble dead rails. These are not all of them, I added more later. It was time to add the first developer product. It will allow you to spawn a legendary or mythical egg. It works, but now it's time to script the characters. I started by scripting the server side, which will handle the data. The backbone of the egg hatching system is done. When you hatch an egg, there's this nice animation, and it gets removed from the data. Along with that, it creates a new character with the C-frame, mutation, name, and weight. Also, what's this weird sound? It was one of the characters. I got to work on the client side, which will play all the fancy animations, but things didn't go as planned. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I have been scripting for half a day, and this is what I got. The radius doesn't work, the counter doesn't work, pretty much nothing works. And did I forget to mention, it's laggy as well, even though everything is on the client. First of all, I finally got rid of the annoying sound. And then I rescripted the client side and added the function that allows you to claim money. Okay, after a day of fixing annoying bugs, it sort of works. I can go ahead and pick up the money and it plays this nice effect. The radius should work as well, but for some reason, it doesn't really look like it's working. I still can't find the reason why every character isn't on the ground. And if I want to, I can pick it up. This looks a little weird, but it'll do the trick. I got tired of these bugs and worked on implementing a friend boost. Oh, and I also added Joe, which will be the seller. The seller should work. You can go ahead and talk to Joe and he will tell you how much your item is worth. This one is 1.3 thousand. I can also sell it and I actually got the money and I didn't get scammed. Also, I still haven't figured out the floating issue. This bug haunts me in my dreams, and this is a great time to tell you about my website. Here you can get high quality asset packs and pre-made game templates. This is my personal favorite, the Forest Asset Pack. I have used it in games with hundreds of thousands of visits. For more details, visit my website, linked in the video's description. I want players to be able to troll, so I scripted a function that allows you to steal other eggs. Don't mind this guy floating, but I should be able to steal this egg. Let me buy the product and will it work? Something went wrong. I forgot to fire this bindable event. Now it should work. Let me try to take it again. Well, I got it, but it didn't get deleted. Yeah, I found a way to dupe items. This is bad. I fixed this immediately, and while I was doing that, I got the character animations. Looks clean, the man did a great job. Anyways, I added some leaderboards and started balancing the game. If you're wondering, what the f is this? Well, these are the plot pads and I need to remember their index. Next up, I made a shop and a settings frame. After all, I need to have some kind of monetization. Then I added the server lock feature. Luckily, one of my other games had this system, so I just had to paste it in. I was able to do a lot. I did a lot of balancing and overall improved the game. However, the characters are still floating and I don't know how to fix it. This is a big problem. Anyways, now there is a settings frame where you can adjust the plot volume, music, and turn on low graphics. There's also a shop where you can increase the server lock. And yeah, every time you buy it, it doubles. I thought about adding these little parts. Surprisingly, it fixed the issue. Now I need to make the characters sing. Each character will play a sound, and together it should create a song. I tried to make the music with zero experience, and yeah, I had no clue what I was doing. I decided to hire someone who actually knows what they're doing. While the music is being produced, I created the scene for the first thumbnail. I believe a good thumbnail can heavily boost the player count. I want to try to use an AI version as well. Let's see what it can generate. AI is a bit wild. Look at this wolf. This generation is perfect. He got the chain, the cap, and also the abs. This will definitely get more clicks. Thumbnails should be done. To improve the day 7 and day 30 retention, I'm going to add an index. It was pretty easy to script, since I have made it before. And just like that, I'm done with the index. Here you can see all of the characters and their mutations. As you can see, I have found the zombie and the skelly. I also added one more feature, and let me show you what it is. If you get a new item, this UI will appear. Now I just need the music and satisfying sound effects. Here's how it will sound. Pretty satisfying, right? I found about something crazy. There is a way to detect when someone tries to leave your game. When you do, I'm going to display this message to remind the player to join back. Maybe this'll work, who knows. I added group rewards. It's a great way to improve your game's like ratio and get those favorites. To spice up the gameplay, I'm going to add a gear shop. It's going to be owned by Noel. First of all, I scripted the server side and forgot to record the client side. Here you can buy gears that'll be useful to troll others. And also did some changes to these eggs. Now you have to hold them for about 0.5 seconds until you can actually buy it. I did this on purpose because players will be able to use the slap tool to get the egg that they want. The producer got back with the music. Here's how it sounds. I'm pretty much done with the game. It's time to start testing. Let the fun begin. We're off to a great start. Gears don't work, placement system on mobile is cooked, game is crashing, and don't even get me started on the errors. Let's just say I had a wonderful day fixing them. We tested a couple more times and I think the game is ready. It's time to make it viral. I dropped 5,000 Robux and launched the first ad. The first ad is live. Hopefully it performs well. I'll check the results tomorrow. Turns out the game was filled with bugs and I didn't get much sleep. Yo, I just got the first player. Let me spy on him. Looks like he's going to get this egg and there he goes. Will he place it down? Yo, it's there. It's hatching. But the real question is, what will he get? Yo, he almost got the werewolf. I got another player and she has planted her first egg. Yo, so far the game is looking good. I optimized the conveyor. It's way smoother now. At this time the game was already at 15 players, so I launched another ad. I just woke up and the first ad has stopped running. It only spent around 10 ad credits, which is weird. It got over 100,000 impressions and over 2,000 clicks. Luckily, I launched another ad and this one is doing really good. The stats are really good, however, little did I knew, the game was falling apart. Okay, this is really bad. This is an empty plot and there's characters here. They appear to be broken. My FPS are dying as well. This probably means that these characters are not being destroyed. Oh gosh, how do I fix this? If I want this game to blow up, I really need to lock in. I fixed all of the bugs, however the players still managed to break the game. I spent another night fixing bugs and woke up to this. The game is chilling at exactly 2 players, but it's not as bad as you would think. All the ads have stopped running, so these are players who actually came back. And looks like 2 more joined, since there are 4 people in the server. I launched another ad, and let me show you what happened. Okay, this is crazy. I have a click-through rate of 4.36%. So far, this ad has insane stats. Let's see if it stays the same after 24 hours. The latest ad just stopped running, and damn, it has a lot of clicks. The click-through rate is around 2.45%, which is pretty good. However, it didn't spend all of the ad credits, so I think I can launch another one. I purchased 22 ad credits. This left a dent in my bank account. So far, the click-through rate is amazing, but maybe I can get an even better one. I designed a new thumbnail, and it's live. I waited a few days, and here are the results. Alright, all of the ads have stopped running, and currently I have 65 players. It's not viral yet, but it's going to change very soon, because look at these stats. The average playtime is above average, and the day 1 retention is insane. Monetization could be a little bit better, but other than that, this is really good. And in the last 72 hours, I managed to make over 2000 Robux. It's nothing crazy, but slowly it's going to grow. The game just hit home recommendations, which means it's in the algorithm. This game isn't viral yet, but that's expected. It takes anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks to see your game's full potential. Developing games takes time, and success doesn't happen overnight. I hope this video inspired you to start building your very own games. Anyways, I would appreciate if you could smash that subscribe button. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, have a great rest of your day, and peace.